has to go in perfectly square, but it will look like it's been made to measure. It's slipping out my hands.
Well, breathe then. Don't want it falling on my head.
Yeah, we'll have a quick.
I don't want it falling on my head. Don't push me.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Sorry to leave you on such a cliffhanger last time, but I just didn't have time to film today's work, edit it, and then get it up for last Sunday's vlog. But today, I will be closing that hole, and you will see exactly how I do it. First of all, quick coffee. Love this mug. Don't you just love that mug? Look. It's from Jeremy Clarkson's farm, Diddley Squat in the Cotswolds. My favourite mug. Do you have a favourite mug? First of all, I've got to go to Castorama and get some bits and bobs. Unfortunately, I've got my tools spread between two different places, and I need a hammer of all things. It's gone missing. It was on site, it's gone. So I need to get myself a hammer. I need to get myself a bit of plasterboard because I didn't actually realise that I would be taking out so much of that. So now I'm going to have to install the access hatch and then plasterboard either side. I've got enough timber, I've got enough fixings, just literally need a hammer. My chop saw is actually also on site as well, which is a bloody shame, which means now I'm going to have to cut everything with my jigsaw, or I will get a fresh handsaw today, which is just as good. Sometimes the old-fashioned ways are the best. Nothing wrong with a good handsaw. Used to get a new one for every single job that we did when we used to do first fixes. Oh, pardon me, back in the day. I just want to take a minute to give a bit of admiration to my wife, because taking on this channel and starting this journey properly has made me realise just how difficult this is. You just feel like you're always filming or editing, and then you feel like you can't do anything without filming it, which means that then you have to edit it. Not easy. Right, off to Castorama. Yeah. Just want to quickly address something, in case you were worrying about the croaky voice that I seem to have picked up. It's not from breathing in all the crap from the attic. I've just got a bit of a cold. So, don't worry about me, I'll be alright. Today is Sunday, and nowhere's open on a Sunday in France, only Castorama. So I'm limited for choice, but it does have everything I need, although it won't have the type of hammer that I want. I'd really like to get myself an S-wing, and they won't have an S-wing. Bit gutted about that, to be honest. I'd really like an S-wing hammer. I could probably order one from Amazon, but by then it's going to be too late. I need one today. I did have an S-wing. Gorgeous hammers they are. You know, the ones with the like skinny shafts. I used to have one when I started out working back in the day as a young 18-year-old whippersnapper doing the first fixes. My granddad bought me an S-wing and a set of Irwin Marples jellies. Now, there's some joiners out there who have just gone, I've still got mine, son. I've still got mine. Well, both of those things went walkabout. Unfortunately, sometimes on British building sites, tools seem to get stolen, and my S-wing went walkabout and my Irwin Marples went walkabout. So now I've got Irwins. They're not the jellies, they're just Irwins. Anyway, they still do the job, but I do miss my S-wing. And I'd like to buy another, but I know for a fact they ain't going to have no S-wing in Castorama. Shame. That's it. Un piece of placo. Luckily, this is only 5 minutes from my house, so it's not too much of a hassle out of my day, and I still think I'm going to get this little project complete. Now, I don't know what I was thinking when I was buying OSB and everything yesterday, because, yeah, I definitely ain't going to get anything bordered. I can't remember in England if it works like this. Like in France, they tend to have like a superstore, and then they have a yard where they've got all the bulky materials. I can't remember if it's the same in the UK. Or do you have to go to different places for the bulky materials? Remind me. This morning, I was uploading a video, so I couldn't write in my notes what I needed from the shop. So I wrote it on a little piece of paper. Guess what? Left that little piece of paper at home. I think I can remember anyway, so only a few little bits, but I've got my plasterboard. I just need a hammer. I need some jigsaw blades for rough timber, and I need one more thing, and I can't remember. Oh, I need some chemical fix. Not for my project, for tomorrow morning, so we can hit the ground running tomorrow, because we've run out of chem fix on site. The guys have got to stick some rebar in some concrete, and for that we need chemical fix. Right, let's go. Up in the hole. So, as you know, new loft hatch is much bigger than the old one. I've got to take into account the corniche here, and on the back side of it. I have to allow 26 centimeters on either side of this, and Brucey bonus is that gives me around about 5 millimeters of tolerance for the loft, ladder and access hatch itself, which, as I said on the last vlog, is an extremely good stroke of luck because I did not plan for that. It does mean though that it has to go in perfectly square, but it will look like it's been made to measure. Can you get any better than that? Right, so the plan for today is I'm gonna string a new beam to support the ladder across from there. I'm going to take a new joist across from here to support the access hatch from that way. I'm going to have to put another joist across there, and then it'll bring it in roughly the right place. Get the joists in, offer the access hatch up, screw it in, and then I'll have to board it up afterwards. So, first of all, let's build this box. So first of all, I'm going to string a beam across from there to here, because that's solid. That's the edge of the house, and this is a solid beam. So I'll put a joist hanger on here, and I'll string it across to here, and then I'll bring one from this beam all the way across there to meet that one. And then I'm going to work off that and build a box for the access hatch to the correct height, because obviously when I build this, it's actually just going to be flush with the bottom of that, which is not the correct height, because I want my joist to be the correct height so that I can fix the new plasterboards directly to it.
I don't ask for too much. Oh, but I need more than nothing. And though a little bit of your touch wouldn't be enough, it's only just more than nothing. I don't keep tabs, but I can tell a 0 from a 1. Just a little bit of romance wouldn't stand a chance. It's only just more than nothing. Nothing just ain't enough. Now I'm not on your back, and I'm not on my knees. I don't push or pull, and I'm not that hard to please. Don't wanna be all up in your business, but I'm not even on your mind. I'm not breathing down your neck. I'm just looking to spend some quality time, and that would be fine. It's still just more than nothing. And though a little loving wouldn't change my mind, it'd still be more than nothing. Nothing just ain't enough. I won't ask for a lot, but I need more than nothing. And though a little of what you've got wouldn't have a shot, it's still just more than nothing. And that
Make sure we're strong enough. Yeah, I'd say so. Now what I'm going to do is build the box for the ladder off inaccessible. That's it. Frame is ready. Now the next phase I haven't really thought about. How do I get the ladders up there? I'm gonna need a little bit of help, I think. What? Wife! First job, before I make this hole smaller by putting the ladder in, I'm gonna lift up all these boards so that they're ready to go in when I'm ready to board it. Right, let's get this ladder out of this packet, and I don't think I'll be able to do this bit on my own. Might have to recruit some help from Seth and Finn. Bring this side down to the same level, and so that I'm not struggling to level it up when it's up here, because it'll be heavy, I'm going to fit some temporary timber lats. How and else. That's it. These little bits of lat should hold it in position while I level it up.
Do you want help?
I don't know if you could.
How heavy is it?
Heavy. But it's just awkward. You know.
Fall, Dad. Will you break your back?
No.
shit. Shit.
What's the matter?
He's stuck.
Get another ladder and get behind me and take your weight quick.
I told you.
It's slipping out my hands.
Well, breathe then. Don't want it falling on my head.
Get another ladder quick, quick.
I don't want it falling on my head. Don't push me.
Have you got it?
I haven't got it.
Just wait. My arms are hurting now.
If the thing stuck out your hand, and then you could get it up.
Come on, noobs, it's not that hard.
Don't react to me again. Well, I mean it.
I thought I'd be alright, but as soon as I tilted it back that way. Oh god.
The mum said, looks like it's slipping out your hands. You didn't want to say anything. She was panicking.
My legs are shaking. Right, now I need to level it up.
Do you want a cup of tea, darling?
Yeah, I'd love one. Whew. Hairy moment. Thought we were going to need a new back for a minute then. Okay, right, that's all been fixed in position now. I have boarded it up with a bit of plasterboard around the edges just to close off the gaps. And now we're going to offer up the corniche and make sure that it does fit like I need it to fit. Let's have a look. What we saying? Come on. Be kind to me. Oh, look at that. Like a glove, baby. Look at that. The next plan here is to finish the plasterboard again, one more layer all the way across this whole thing. I'm going to trim it from this side with a metal trim on the edge of the plasterboard that comes proud of the plasterboard a little bit, so that when we put some skim coat on there, you won't be able to see the metal trim, but it will hold the edge of the plasterboard together. So it's a nice, neat finish. So I've actually set this and this to the same level, and it leaves an extra 13 or 15 millimeters against the existing ceiling, so that we can board it and then skim it all across, and then everything will look nice and flush. Now this, imagine there's another layer of plasterboard on here, we'll sit below that, and then everything will be flush and finished, and it fits perfectly, baby. Look at that. Backside. Oh yes. Come on. What you saying? One last side to check. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? I'll just bring you up here so you can have a closer look at that perfection. That noise that you just heard there was the sound of perfection, baby. Look at that. You want to hear it again? Ooh la la. What more can you ask for? Hey? Look at that. Bespoke. I call that bespoke in the business. Fits perfectly. And I actually bought that loft hatch without knowing that. I know. Stuff like that never happens, does it? It's always the opposite way. You've always bought something and then you've got to take it back because it don't fit. Well, actually, she did. Oh. Get her down. Yeah, if you just look there, look. You've got a gap there and a gap there. So I'm going to board it all the way across, including on top of this wood. I'll move this and I'll pop it in the board. It's got a little plastic thing on there, look. And that little hook I put unscrews and then you screw it back in. And then what I'll do is I'll skim it flush. I'll put a little metal bar across there, like a metal L trim, you imagine. That'll go that way, and then there'll be one this way, which will leave it so that I can unscrew that and it just pops out nicely on both sides. Lovely. Job done. Now we've got a nice clean entry and exit into the attic space, so I can start the work up there. Beautiful. And this is how we get the ladder down. Oh, smooth. Just give her a little, see that? Smooth. Now, it is a little short. It's a little on the short side because we've got high ceilings. So this is a ladder for a 2.8 ceiling maximum, and we've got 3 meters, which means I'm going to have to add a little bit of leg on each side. Not the end of the world. I can get access hatches and ladders for the correct size, but I couldn't get them off the shop floor, and to be honest, I didn't want to wait. And you just never know in France if it's going to come fast enough. I like to be in control of these things, so I just picked that up and I thought nothing wrong with sticking a little bit of leg on the end. Makes no difference really. Let's just pop it back up. Spring loaded, that's what we like. Click her up. There we go. On to the next phase. Now, I didn't plan to bore you all with a 2-video loft ladder access hatch saga. I promise next week, in next week's video, you will see a little bit more outside these four walls, because I'm going to have to take you to work with me. I have got the large project that I'm working on the Cap.on-Tube to hand over in the next few months, and we are busy. So that is the next phase for me. Now, I've got to get that done before I can move on to the next phase, which, as we all know, is going to be the property investment part, so the exciting bit. But in the meantime, I did want to start my channel. I did want to get everyone prepped for it. I didn't just want to go, bang, this is what I'm doing. I like to show a bit of reality, and the reality is life is bloody hard. And it's only going to be harder because I'm super, super busy trying to do all these things at once. Now, I'm not going to be opening the new company or anything like that just yet, because I've got a couple of weeks after the Christmas period where I have tough targets to meet on that project, and that is what I'm going to be doing next week. So you'll be able to come along with me, get a nice insight into what being a building contractor on the Côte d'Azur is like, and I'll show you a little sneak peek inside this project. Now, I can't show you too much because I am not allowed to show you the location and things like that. The client is quite private, but what I can show you is certain parts of the project that we are working on. So next week I plan to do some interior mouldings, some wall panel mouldings, which are made from staff or plaster based coatings, similar to my corniche right above us here. We've got a similar type of work to do there. We're also going to be doing some exterior balustrades, which are pre-formed out of a, I don't know why it's called, like a cement-based material, you know, that is for exteriors. So it's not a solid stone, it's like a composite stone material, and we are installing those to the balustrades. And we're also installing some exterior mouldings, which are made out of the same sort of material as the balustrades. So yeah, exciting. I don't know if I made it sound exciting then at all, but honestly, it really is. I mean, it's a prestigious project. It's actually a brand new concrete structure that is being made to look like it's a traditional Provençal style villa. So it's bougie, let's say. Now, if you are interested, then I really appreciate you following the journey, you know? It's great to have you here. And don't forget, tell all your mates. Tell all your mates who are interested in property. Tell your mates if they're interested in the Côte d'Azur. Tell them if they just like listening to a bloke from Yorkshire natter on about housing and renovation. Get them to subscribe if you want. I wouldn't mind that. So, like, subscribe, even hype me if you can. Don't even know if you can do that yet. But, you know, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I hope not to have bored you too much with my, you know, escalier in Francais. Apologies for my pronunciation. I'm probably destroying the language. But thank you for coming along, and I will see you at work. All right? I'll see you at work. Ciao.